Okay. So, so yesterday in the STQ session, we discussed about software testing strategy. Okay, what are the different strategy? Okay, the main thing is that the strategy, it should contain the main objectives and what are the resources and all. Okay, so to ensure the quality of the software. Okay, so in this class we discuss about software testing methodologies. Okay, so methodologies means how we can use this software testing approach, how we can use the software testing approach in the various software development models. So as you know, the different software development models. Can anyone tell what are the different software development models? Yes, anyone? Ashutosh, what are the different software development models? Yes, Ashutosh, Prasad, Saitwal. As you know, like some at least one model. Yes, Meet.
So waterfall model,
Yeah. Then.
agile model, and
Okay.
spiral model.
Okay. So, what is software testing methodology? So, software testing methodology is defined as a strategy and testing types used to certify that the software application under the test, it meets the client expectation. Okay, so any software application, it should meet the client expectation. So we use various software testing approaches for this to meet the client expectation. Client should satisfy with respect to the software. So test methodology that includes functional testing and non-functional testing to validate the application under the testing. You know, there are various software testing methods are there. The like functional testing is different and non-functional testing is different. Okay, like for example, performance testing and all. Okay, this performance testing that comes under the non-functional testing. Okay, and these unit testing, integration testing, system testing, that all comes in the functional testing. Okay, so each testing methodology has its own testing objectives, own testing strategy, and own deliverables, that is output. What happens after the uh, once means the delivery means the output of the testing, for example, a test report or test document. Okay, so that is the test deliverables. Since the software testing is an integral part of any development methodology. Okay, as you know, this testing, it is a part of the development methodology. Okay, we'll see with respect to various software development models. Okay, with respect to various software development models, how we can use this software testing approach. Okay, so software testing is an integral part of the development methodologies, and many companies, they use the term development methodology and testing methodology informally. Okay, so here we'll discuss what are these models. Okay, these are the some important software development models and how we can use the testing approaches. Okay, how we can use for example, waterfall model, iterative software development model, agile model, extreme programming. Extreme programming, it is also a type of agile model. Okay, it is a type of the agile model. And which software methodology to choose, it is depend upon the projects. There are various these are the very important software methodologies, as you can see here. Okay, but there are various software development methodologies are available, and how to set up the software testing methodology and all we'll discuss. So as you know, this is the waterfall model. Okay, waterfall model. And here how we can use the software testing approach, how we can use the software testing approach. As you know, the waterfall model, it consists of the different phases. that is requirement phases, design phase, coding or implementation phase, testing or verification, okay, and deployment and maintenance. So these are the various phases of the software development model. Okay, so here the phases, the output of the phase one. Okay, okay, this output of the phase one, it acts as an input to this design phase. Okay, input to the next phase, input to the design phase. Output of design phase act as an input to the implementation phase. Okay, so as you know, in waterfall model, after completing one phase only, we can proceed to the next phase. Okay, we cannot go back to the previous phase. It is a sequential. Okay, in waterfall model, after completing one phase, we will proceed for the next phase. The waterfall model, that it is mainly suitable for the large and complex projects, large or complex projects. Okay, so this waterfall model is mainly not suitable for the small projects. Okay, so in waterfall model, the software development progress through the various phases. What are the various phases? Requirement, design, coding, testing. Okay, so in your interview also, if they ask what are the different phases of software development lifecycle, or how you can use the phases in the software development model, okay, in the interview they ask, so you should first proceed with the requirement analysis. Okay, so normally what happens, the students, they tell like design, coding, testing. Okay, normally they won't they won't tell about this first phase. Requirement analysis is very important. Okay, so requirement analysis, then you go for the design phase, then coding or implementation, means you have to come in sequentially, then coding, testing phase. Okay, testing and the deployment or maintenance. Okay, so these are the different phases of the software development model. But in waterfall model, how it is a sequentially. Okay, we cannot go back to the previous phase, the phase. That is the drawback of the this particular software waterfall model phase drawback. So what is the testing approach? The main thing is that how we are using the testing approach in the software development models. What is the testing approach? So the first phase in this particular waterfall model is the requirement phase, in which all the project requirements are completely defined before starting the testing. We are finalizing the requirements. We are freezing the requirements before starting the testing. Okay. So during this phase, the test team, they brainstorms the scope of the testing, test strategy, and drafts a detailed test plan. Okay, it is very important. Testing in each phase it is very important. Okay, because we need to confirm whether the collected requirements are as per the customer requirement or not. Okay, because see, the customer only, they are paying the project, means the money they are paying, and our application, if it is not satisfying to the customer, okay, then there is no use. So as per the, once we collect the requirement, we need to prepare a test plan. We need to like finalize the requirements. Okay, so that is a scope of the testing, test strategy, drop a test plan. Okay, there is a verification and validation method we can use for testing the testing, means we can use this particular testing methods in the requirement analysis. Means in every phase of the software development, we can use the testing. Okay, so this is the how we can use the testing in the software development methodology. Okay, so in the waterfall model, the testing team, they proceeds to the next phase only when the previous phase has completed. Okay, once that particular all the requirements are all it is freezed, then they proceed to the next phase. Okay, But in this waterfall model, it is very simple. Waterfall model is very simple to plan and manage. Okay, but drawback is that we cannot go back. Means we need to proceed sequentially. Okay, you can begin with the next phase only once the previous phase is completed. Okay, this model cannot accommodate unplanned events or any uncertainty or change in the requirement that it won't support. Okay, this model, okay, this model, it won't support, waterfall model won't support for the any change in the requirement. Okay, it won't accommodate. Okay, then as you know, iterative model. Okay, so iterative am I audible? Yes, am I audible? Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it was a power failure. Okay, can you please see my screen? Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay, thank you. So, with respect to each software development model, okay, we need to think how we can use the testing approach. Okay, for waterfall model also, the testing we need to complete in each phases. Once we complete in each phases, then we can proceed to the next phase. So similar to that, here also in the iterative model, as iterative, it is also a type of waterfall model, but here we use the iteration by iteration. For example, it also contains all the phases like requirement, design, coding, testing, but it is a with respect to the one or two features. Okay, then this is iteration one. Then again, with by adding some features, we release the iteration two. It is like a student project. Normally what you do, you will start with some problem statement, and later you by doing the, like, you discuss with your project guide, and you will have some interaction and all. Okay, and you make a changes. Okay, so it will be continuous process. Okay, so like for example, I think some of you are already experienced with the hackathons and all. Okay, so in hackathon and all, you are experienced, and as per the changes. Okay, so even your mentor, they will they tell some changes, and even your even assessment, during the assessment also they will tell some changes. Okay, so with respect to that, you will make some changes, and you will work on your project and you will complete. Okay, but as a student, you people want more focus on the software testing, these approaches. in the student development and all. Okay, you people won't focus more on the software testing, but it is normally it is required in the industry project. Okay, it is required. 1 minute. Okay, so in iterative development also, as soon as the iteration is completed, okay, iteration means it consists of all the phases, so entire system is subjected to the testing. Once one iteration is completed, then you need to perform a testing approach here. You need to test. Then after that, again you go for the iteration 2, and again you need to do the testing. Okay, so once the iteration is released, you need to proceed for the testing, and feedback from the testing is immediately available, and it is incorporated in the next cycle, next iterations and all. Okay, so what happens, the early detection of any error, okay, early detection of the error, that reduces the cost. Okay, as per the see here, once these are all phases: requirement, design, coding, testing, deployment. Okay, so once you fix the error, like it is like this. Okay, the cost, it is a cost. Okay, so once you fix the errors here, okay, suppose these are the different phases. Okay, suppose यहाँ error कुछ the errors or defects that you found, and you are fixed those defects. Okay, आपने यहाँ fix किया ये particular phase में. Okay, so here the cost will be less. Cost will be less. वही आप suppose अभी design phase तक यहाँ गए, and you are fixing defects, and means again you need to hand over to the development team and all, the cost increases. So again, if you fix the defects in this particular phase, okay, like suppose if you consider 1K, 10K, okay, 100K, the cost. Okay, just I'm mentioning the cost. Okay, so if the fixing of the defects, if it is not fixed earlier, in the earlier stages, these are all earlier stages. Okay, and this is the last stage at the deployment at the client site. Okay, so if you fix the defects at the client side, then again you need to work on the requirement, design phase, coding phase and all. Okay, to add the requirements or to make changes in the requirement. So the cost of the project increases. Cost of the project increase. So early detection and early testing is very important. Okay, so the main advantage of iterative development is the test feedback is immediately available at the end of the each cycle. See, one iteration means what? It contains very few features. In again iteration 2, as we are doing the testing, so we are doing the testing and we are proceeding for the next iteration, means we are on the right path. Okay, as per the expectation we are developing the project. Again you go for the testing, and the iteration third iteration is released, because we are doing the testing and we are making the changes, okay, as per the feedback. So it indicates we are on the right path, and we are releasing the each iteration successfully. Okay, so it is very important, the testing approach in the each cycle. Then agile methodology, the customer involvement is very much required in the agile methodology. As per the principle, the customer involvement is very much required. Okay, so as you know, in the agile methodology, okay, so in the agile methodology, I think, is there Madhuri in the session?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
Madhuri, can you hear? Yeah, I think, yeah, Madhuri has attended some of the agile summit sessions also, that is international sessions. Agile, some of the workshops, and also she attended. Can you just highlight it? What is the importance of agile methodology?
Sir, what prior to the agile methods, a waterfall model was there. Like it could not reiterate over a stage again and again. So if there were new requirements of the clients to be met, then those could not be reconsidered in the next stage in the waterfall model, as you cannot move back to the previous stage. So to overcome this problem, so agile methodology came into existence. And in agile methodology, a small part of a project is taken as an iteration, and then if a client has a new requirement, then the new requirement can be taken into consideration in the like next iteration. Means client is continuously involved in agile methodology, and
Yes.
this is used for the better product quality by most of the companies.
Yes, and in the agile methodology also, like, every day they conduct a meeting means the start of the day. Okay, before start of the day, every day in the morning they conduct a meeting, and they will make a plan. What are the tasks need to be complete? Okay, daily task. Okay, so, like, there are some terms are there: burn down chart, velocity, to measure the performance metrics and all. Okay, so these are all some of the methodologies of the agile for the development of the quality software. So here, what is it, this particular, why this agile methodology? The traditional software development methodologies work on the premise that software requirements remain constant throughout the project, like, the traditional methodologies, like, the waterfall model and all. Okay, but with the increase in the complexity nowadays, the software, the customer, they want to be fixed with the particular requirements. Okay, see, the requirement will change continuously. So there is increase in the complexity, the requirements, they undergo numerous changes. So for that, we cannot go with the waterfall model and all for the development of the project. This is a very important reason why, like, in the interview, they may ask why you go for agile methodology. So in the, because you are already having the iterative model, prototype model, spiral model, waterfall model, then why you go for agile? Because as in, the day by day the requirement changes. Okay, requirement changes and the complexity increases. Okay, and we need to, like, adopt those changes in our software application continuously. Okay, otherwise the customer will not satisfy. As we can see, these particular, like, Google Meet and all, the 1 year back Google Meet options, and today's options, whatever they have provided, and the quality. Okay, the quality and, the noise reduction and all, they are improved. Noise reduction, and also they are improved, their the video quality and all. and also like for the paid version of the Google Meet, okay, they are added few more features, okay, in the with a low cost. And even Zoom and all Zoom app also, they are like continuously they work and as per the customer requirement, okay. For example, this Zoom app, it is very for example, ones who want to like interaction sessions, like for example, the interview for interview purpose and all, this one to one Zoom meeting for one to one, okay. There is no time limit here in the Zoom software, okay. So it in compared to this Zoom Google Meet, I found very easy in the Zoom app, as here the interviewer or any discussion sessions one to one, okay, you can have in the Zoom. Okay, but in Google Meet, there is some difficulty. Like at a time, only one face we can see at a time in Google Meet. The one who is speaking, his face will reflect in the Google Meet. Okay, but normally we expect this way, because suppose if there is if we are having a conversion, both should be like face to face. Okay, so as per the customer requirement, they should work on. And even Google Meet also, we can have a group, like for example, if project group, we can make a collaborative groups also, like in the project there are 4 to 5 members are there. So we can divide, we can make a different collaborative groups, 4 to 5 members, okay. So it is also possible in the paid version of the Google Meet. And also we can accommodate around around 1,000 students we can accommodate, okay. They are provided the streaming option also, as in the normally in training sessions and all, okay. uh, the, for the free version there is a limit, 100 students only they can accommodate. But for as the necessity is increased, like for the sessions and all, if we want to accommodate 1,000 people, then they are provided that option with a paid, means with a low cost, monthly hardly it is 1,000 rupees, okay. So here like they are provided with option like 250 students, we can add in the classroom session. 250 students we can add, and remaining students they can access with the stream link. Means in the Google Meet only they are provided a stream link, okay. No need to go for any other no need to embed any YouTube and all, nothing, okay. 250 students will be there in the main classroom, and remaining students they can access the content through the streaming link. It is not there in the free option, okay. Means as per the requirement, as per the requirement they are provided, okay. And in the Google Meet we can collaborate the Google Classroom and all, okay. So there are various features are provided, okay. So as per the customer the requirements will change continuously, okay. So as per that we need to work on, we need to accommodate those changes. Otherwise the customer uh, the the customer or the client, okay, they won't agree for the contract. Okay, so the testing approach in each phase we need to use, okay. The testing approach, for example, in Agile methodology, okay, the incremental testing is used in the Agile development methods, and hence every release of the project is tested thoroughly, okay. So this ensures that any bugs, any error, any bugs that arises in the system are fixed before the next release. So in every software development model, we need to go for the testing approach before the release of the next version. Okay, mainly the why we go for the testing means to improve the quality, to improve the quality and reduce the cost, okay, reduce the cost, okay. that organization want that only. Okay, see, the every year, as per I gone through one of the news article, I think in 2021, around 30,000 employees, 30,000 employees they left the Infosys. Okay, and the okay 30,000 employees they left Infosys, and 40,000 or 30,000 they joined. Okay, they in. Okay, so the organization will manage that. See, these 30,000 people, they expect a more salary after the 2 years experience, 3 years experience. They expect more salary, right? And within that hop cost, like the as they are paying 3.5 or 3.6 for the freshers. Okay, so here the cost reduction will be there. Cost reduction, and whatever the work these employees are doing, okay, the same work they can by providing the training and all, these employee with a less salary they can do it. Okay, so it is everywhere. It is like the freshers they join, freshers will be in, and the experienced will be out. Okay, because the main thing is that to get the profit, reduce the cost, reduce the cost cutting. Okay, and also to survive in the industry you need to upgrade continuously. You need to upgrade, otherwise it is very difficult. Even though if they are paying 3.5 or 3.6, but a continuous upgradation is required. Okay, continuous upgrade in your career. Then extreme programming, it is also a type of agile methodology. Okay, it is a type of the agile methodology. So this extreme programming is a type of agile methodology which believe in a short development cycles, means iterations. In iteration by iteration, it releases the complete project. A project is divided into simple tasks. Okay, and programmers code a simple piece of the software and get back to the customer for the feedback. Okay, so here it is also like iterative, a small task of the small features or the task of the project, and they will take a customer feedback and they work on that, and that improves the quality. Okay, so here they use the test driven development approach. So test driven TDD, we call it as test driven development approach in the extreme programming. In the extreme programming, it is a type of agile methodology. It is a type of the agile methodology. Okay, so here add a test case to the test suite to verify the new functionality which is yet to be developed. Test suite means it is a collection of the test cases. It is a collection of test cases. We call it as a test suite. Test cases means it is any test case to test the software, positive test case, negative test cases, and all. So run all the test cases, and obviously a new test cases added must fail since the functionality is not coded yet. Okay, so here we for each iteration we need to create a test cases. We need to add the test cases. Okay, and run. So here obviously they run all the test cases, and obviously a new test cases that added, they must fail since the functionality is not added, not coded yet. Means we are not, means before the development of the before the development of implementation or coding part, we are prepared the test cases. Okay, we are preparing the test case, but it is not implemented, so definitely it will give a error. Okay, this particular test cases must be failed. So write some code to implement the features and functionality, then run the test suite again. Okay, after writing the code and all, with the what are the features and all, okay, based upon the features functionality, we need to write a code and again run the test suite. With respect to this automation tool and all, okay, by using the automation tool, we run the multiple test cases at a time. Multiple test cases, that is, we can call it as test suite also. Test suite means a collection of test cases. So customer having a vague software design in the mind and could use the extreme programming. Means suppose if the customer is having some confusion about the his software, or if he don't know about the software features and all, then extreme programming will be helpful. Okay, so software testing methodology should not be set up just for the sake of the testing a software code. The big picture should be considered and the prime goal of the project should be satisfied within the testing methodology. Means here, just for simply just we are using the software testing, it should not happen. Means we need to adopt the software testing methodology in software development phases, okay, then only we can improve the quality, otherwise the quality of the product will not improve. Okay, so as today what we discussed is that with respect to the software development models, any software development model, we need to use the testing approach. Okay, as early testing or early detection of the defects or errors, that reduces the cost and improve the quality of the project. Okay, and also you people know that after hiring the industry in the industry, after hiring in the industry, they provide us a training. Okay, so why they provide the training means that as per the requirement they will provide a training. Okay, so that you can easily like work on the project, improve the quality. Okay, so that's why they conduct these tests and all. Like nowadays all the companies, they are having a coding test, then after that there will be a interview. At least you should speak the communication and all. And nowadays the companies, they are not focusing more on the communication, they are mainly focusing on the problem solving skills. Okay, how, even though if it is a very small problem, but you need to solve. Okay, so problem solving skill is very important. Okay, so with this we'll end this session. And so one more